Okay, I know a lot more people are going to be jumping on because we sold out 100 tickets, but we do want to get started on time because we know time is of the essence for all of our beautiful Beachbody coaches. So hello, good evening, happy hump day. Welcome back from Summit. It was so good to see everybody last week, and wow, what an experience, right? I mean, it was insane. It was insane. It was our first Summit just in general, and I'm sure it was, even if you've been to Summit before, it was probably your first time at Summit, right? Because it was so big, so many things going on, but it was amazing. But we do want to take a little bit of time to say thank you for joining this training call. As you know, it's all about Team Cup, which is happening in August. We have two amazing guest speaker coaches who have been in the top 5 teams for Cup, so they have a lot of best practices and tips to share with all of us so that we too can be in the top, right? Because we all want to be in the top. So we will get to them, but before we get to them, we want to spend just a couple minutes going over, why should you be on a Beachbody Cup? How do you earn the points? What do the prizes look like? Some of those logistics before we get into the best practices. Sound good? All right, ready to go. So I'm going to toss it over to Pearson, and he's going to let you know why should you be on a Team Beachbody Cup.
Dude, that's a great question. Why join a Team Cup team? Well, I know you guys are all asking yourself that same question, and let me share with you why you should join a team. First of all, everybody's doing it, okay? So if you're not doing it, you're missing out. But let me share with you some stats. Hopefully you guys like numbers. These are stats that are coming from last Team Cup, okay, so in February. The first one is $499. Basically, $500 is the average amount coaches earn by participating in Team Cup, okay? So if you look at coaches that didn't participate in Team Cup, the average amount was $56. Wow. Okay? 556. You tell me.
Which one?
Which one? Second stat, 35% of new coaches who participated in Cup recruited new coaches. Are you guys, do you want to recruit new coaches? Sounds like a good idea. And the last one, active new coaches who participated in Team Beachbody Cup earned 3 times as much volume. 3 times. So let me just clarify this. We're talking about money. We're talking about recruiting new coaches and volume. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. But really, it's going to be fun. Hopefully you guys all have your teams or are planning on putting together a team. And for those 3 reasons, hopefully that's motivation enough.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, Jeff. We're also going to be putting tips and pointers like that on the Northeast page that you guys can check out. Share with your team to encourage them to jump on a Team Cup team if they're not already. Some other success stories that we've heard from coaches in the past who have been on Cup teams is they've gone from 1 to 3-star, or maybe they've never hit 20 Success Club points in their life and they were hitting 40 just because of the push, just because of the team camaraderie. And it's fun. And you bring on so many new coaches and you get so many new customers that your business really is catapulted into the end of the year. So with all the great product launches coming out, August is the best month to come together as a team and have each other push each other to really make the most of not only your business, but your team's business. All right, so now let's quickly talk about how you earn points for your Cup team. And if you have not already visited the website, there's a website. It's teambeachbody.com/teambeachbodycup. Okay, if you haven't checked out the website, go there. That's where you can register. That's where you can find out all the facts. There's the prizes on there that we're going to talk about. There's how you earn points. So all the information is on that website. So make sure you go there if you haven't. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about this sheet. Just goes over how to earn points. And it's brand new for this Team Cup. We have an additional way to earn points this Team Cup, which is so exciting. So let me go over them. So there's 3 categories. The first category is Success Club. So for every 1 Success Club point that you earn, you get 1 Team Cup point. Simple, right? Very simple. So for every Success Club point you get 1 Team Cup point. All right. The second category is rank advancement. All right. So this is either you or a personally sponsored coach advances in rank during this time frame, you get 1 point. So if you advance, you get a point. If you have a personally sponsored coach advance, you get a point. If you have 3 advance, you get 3 points. For every advancement, you get 1 point. All right? Now, the third one is the new way to earn a point, and this is for boost or performance product sell. So how this works is if you sell both a challenge pack and a boost or performance product to the same customer in August, you get 1 Team Cup point. All right? So this is something that's going to boost, no pun intended, your points for Team Cup so that you can achieve the tier prizes and earn all the prizes that you want to earn, and then also, move your business along. So again, the categories are Success Club, rank advancement, and selling a boost or performance product sell with a challenge pack. So that is how you earn points. And now Jeff is going to talk to you about the prizes that you can win.
Okay, we all care about the prizes. So let me share my screen with you, and let's review these prizes.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh my gosh. Have some patience, everyone. Patience. 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 This is not my first time.
This is the Northeast. You don't have patience, right? Okay, here we go.
All right, Team Cup prizes. Let's first talk about teams that rank 6 through 10. They will win the amazing Nutra Ninja with Auto IQ, valued at $139.
That looks
Let's
awesome.
celebrate that. Okay, teams ranked, this is really sensitive. Teams ranked 2 through 5, Blendtec, valued at $350. We all want a Blendtec for our Shakeology.
We have one here in the office, and they are awesome.
They are awesome. And then the grand prize is all expense paid to LA to the Santa Monica office.
Yes.
Please. We're asking somebody from the Northeast to win this.
You got to take Canada down. We love our Canadians, but it's about time Northeast coaches regain the title of Team Cup, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Go fight, win. All right, let's talk about the tier prizes now. I know you guys are excited about these. Okay, tier 1, earn 30 team points and Success Club 5 or 10, and you get selfie sticks.
We know you love selfie sticks. We saw them all over in Summit.
Selfie? No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so selfie stick. You guys are stoked about that. Tier 2, 50 team points plus Success Club 5 with 7 Success Club points or Success Club 10. Limited edition size hats. That does not fit. All right.
They're awesome. You want one.
And tier 3, 75 team points plus Success Club 10. You will win size apparel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's give it up for our prizes.
Yes.
Let's stop sharing.
Okay. All right, so that's why you would like to be on a cup, how you earn points, and what you win when you and your team succeed. Okay, so now it's time to actually turn it over to some of our top coaches who, again, have been in the top 5 teams. What they're going to do, they're going to share with us 3 different things. The strategy on building and putting together a top 10 team, how to prepare for once Cup comes, because the preparation happens now. It doesn't happen August 1st, right? It happens now. And then how do you keep yourself and your team motivated and engaged for the very long month of August? Because it's a long month. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's going to take a while. So they're going to talk to us about how to keep them engaged and motivated. So I'm actually going to have our first speaker, Megan Robinson. Hey, Megan. I'm going to unmute you. There you are.
Hi.
We unmuted and then you muted and then
I muted myself. Sorry about that.
We're going to spotlight you. So there you are, nice and pretty and big. First off, thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Now, Megan was actually on the number 4 team turned down for what? And we are so excited to have you on the call to share your best practices in all these areas. But before you get into there, I have a question for you. Actually, 2 questions, okay? The first question is, why do you choose to be on a Team Cup?
Well, of course, the free swag. I mean, that's like a given. But it definitely was for growth for me as a coach and for my business, because there were the opportunities whenever you join a cup team it's just you are with other coaches, you're masterminding together, you're brainstorming and sharing. And this is just going to lead you to grow naturally. And then not only as a leader, but for your entire team. So, and then just the natural ripple effect. And I really think it's a great opportunity for people who are looking to rank advance, that it's not the motivation you get from joining a cup team with other people that are wanting to rank advance. It really gets you going. So I know during our cup, we had a coach go emerald, and we had one person go diamond, and then one person went diamond 2 weeks after the cup. And we had a lot of our PS coaches advance. So that was like a huge thing.
That's amazing. And you kind of answered my second question, because my second question was, why encourage your personally sponsored coaches to be on a cup as well?
Well, for that, I mean, a lot of reasons. First of all, I think it's great because I think it really helps them do the set SMART goals. And I'm really big on push and stretch goals for coaches. So it gets them out of their comfort zone a little. It definitely increases their accountability because, yes, we're accountable to a tracker or however we do with our coaching. But when you're accountable to another little team on reaching this big goal, that's like a little bit of a step out of some people's comfort zones. So I always encourage everyone to get onto a team. Also the networking and the bonding with other coaches. I'm on the Bombshell Dynasty. My PS is Lindsay Matway. But I stretched out of my network and I went to the Dream Team and got an Emerald coach and one of her PS coaches, because I wanted to I was like, I want to learn more. I want to see what they do. And we learned a lot from each other. So it was pretty cool to do that. And I definitely think it helps everybody. And I think this is important for our PS coaches, is just increase your contact list.
I love it. And I love that you went outside the network. I mean, they don't all have to be on your team, right? And some of the top teams actually are across the network. So I love that you took the opportunity to do that and that you're sharing on this call. So if somebody on this call is not on a team, it's okay if they're not all on your specific team. You can reach out across the network and join another team that's being built to learn best practices across the country.
Yeah, the girls that I met them at Summit. So, oops, sorry, the dog. But I met them at Summit. So that's how I had that connection. So
okay.
It was pretty cool to do that.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that. And now I'm just going to open up the floor to you to kind of go over those 3 categories that we touched on. Sound good?
Sounds good. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the first thing is my strategy for building a top 10 team. From the very beginning, start out with setting expectations. Be very clear with what you are looking for. I would break it down literally to like the type of person you're looking for. Someone who's going to be committed, self-motivated, willing to give extra time, because it's going to take extra time and energy. Are they going to be able to have the support of their family, their spouse, those type of people, like that, your support system on board? I feel that's also a very important piece. And just be very straightforward with your goals. What I had envisioned, I was like, okay, I want the team to definitely get in the top 10. And by the way, for the record, I talked to my success partner today because I was like, am I missing anything? And she's like, yeah, we all really thought you were crazy when you told us the goals and we all signed on with you. I'm like, really? Thanks. So they all might think you're nuts, but it works. So she told me after we got into the top 20 that they didn't think I was as crazy. She said, but then when you made the stretch goal number 1, they thought I was crazy again. So anyways, just saying. I made the goal of SC35 a minimum. Anything else they were going to get, I said, was just a bonus. SC35, so that wasn't including rank advancement points. Coaches, they're looking to rank advance to take their business, because I saw that as somebody taking their business to the next level. I believe in the like attracts like. I did get those Ruby personalities on my team because we're competitive, and that's how I am. And I wanted people that had a strong why. I feel that's really important. If you have to have people that have a strong why, not the pageant why. People will always say, oh, I want to to help others. No, that's our job as a coach. What's their real why? That's a big thing. And we shared all that with each other, just really to bond and connect. And then I turned to myself really quick and I did a self-eval because I was going to be the captain. I was a diamond. And I said, what are you going to do different this month to be the best leader possible? What am I going to commit to the team? And I decided I was going to be very matter of fact with everybody, but I wanted to keep the mood of the group fun. Hence our name, Turned Down for What? And I just wanted everybody to enjoy the experience, but I just wanted to help everyone maximize their growth in their business as much as possible. It wasn't so much about the prizes. And I was very mindful to always refer to it as our team, never as my team, and not let anyone feel like they were on the outside. I didn't care if they only had 2 SC points. They were still doing good. Like everybody was doing awesome. We're going to move forward and we're going to kick butt, So that was basically my strategy for the building. So I'll move on to the next point. So once you have your team, you guys are all signed up and ready to go. You start now. You don't wait till August 1st. That would be the biggest mistake you could make. And start out with goal setting. I think that's almost kind of a no-brainer, but maybe not. As a group and individually. For each member, what we did, we would write down the goals, how many Success Club points, and be very specific, measurable, put your date on them. So whether it's going to be SC 20 by the 10th of the month or whatever it was, everybody was very specific with their goals, and we put dates on everything so that you were going to be exceeding your goals by SC 35, you were beating that by the end of the month. Rank advancements in your downline, if that was applicable. We were very specific with the deadlines, like I mentioned. And what I did have my team do was look at your goal every single day. And I'm really big on positive affirmation, and you need to affirm to yourself that you will achieve it. It's just so important. If you don't envision it happening and believe that it can happen, it's not going to happen. Then we kind of did the plan, the roadmap for getting there, basically reverse engineering the goal. Okay, if I'm going to sell X amount of challenge packs by this date, what do I have to do? How many invites do I have to send out? Just basically kind of like you do if you're going to do Success Club on a regular month. So granted, as with any plan or roadmap, you can tweak it as you go. I think at the end, we threw in an extra refresh group because obviously we were going hardcore at the very end, and the refresh was on sale. So we're like, okay, we need to have a refresh group, So that was something we threw in. So you can tweak it as you go. But what else? I guess, everybody on the team basically, and this was something I was very blunt about. I said, what are you each going to do differently this month than you did any other month to accomplish these goals so that we can be in the top 10? Is it going to be, are you going to work an extra hour, whether that be 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night? Are you going to maybe use a different social media platform? Are you going to have an extra challenge group? Or are you going to have a Facebook event or do something that you haven't done before to increase your productivity? So that was just for individual goals. For team, we did have a file in the team group, in our Facebook group. And this is where we declared our goals and the push goals. And we also tracked our goals. So we had 2 files. One was for cup points. And then the other one, so we'd update that as we'd go along. And then we had another one where we would file just Success Club points. Because it's 2 different things, because we set Success Club point goals, and then we set the ones for the cup goals, because the cup goals, like Alex said, include Success Club rank advancement, and now it's going to have the boost points. So we kept track of both of those just so we could keep each other accountable for the SC points. What else? So before, we definitely, like I said, I'm big on positive mindset and visualization. So we're always thinking as if, no excuse attitude. I was very non-negotiable about the goals. I also found that out today on the phone. But I felt if I was the leader, that's what they signed up for me to lead them. So, I never once was like, oh, well, let's change that goal of top 10 to top 25. I never went back on that. even if we weren't where we were going to be. I was never going to change it. And what I think was most important is your belief in the team is going to make or break them. What you do, what you say, and they will know by your actions if you are all in. And if you're all in, they'll be right there with you. So I truly do believe that. You need to make your contact list like yesterday. At least 200 names. Hit up all of those no, not nows, or no, I'm not ready. If you are not sure of contacts, you're supposed to be adding at least 3 people a day. So go through that Facebook friends list and start checking off people. Capitalize on the new products. Who do you know, current customers and coaches that would love our new stuff? Dancers, cheerleaders that would like size, athletes for the performance line, people that do CrossFit, stuff like that. Also, don't forget about your customer leads. Touch base with them. Send them out a newsletter or Evite. Let them know about all this great stuff we have. I did that with my 3-day refresh, and I had good feedback from that last year. Start inviting now. Start increasing your conversation starters now. Don't wait till August 1st. Like I said before, it's key that next month you're going to have to be doing, or even starting now, you have to be doing something different. If you usually invite 2 people a day, you're like 10. You have to do 10. 5 conversation starters, you need to do 15. You have to expand your reach. That is key to, increasing your productivity to get where you want to be. We planned and shared our calendars. We got our month set up with our challenge groups, sneak peeks, Emerald and Diamond push groups, because we were trying to help with rank advancements in our teams. Do it so it makes sense. Don't just go aimlessly into August. So you can maximize your points. If I was looking at mine, and August 31st is a Monday. So I'm gonna just hope that everybody here on this call, you bet that should be the last day to order for a group you have starting on September 7th. I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer, but just in case you don't know. So get creative with your group themes. Again, capitalize on those new products. And the last thing I'm going to touch on is engagement and motivation and how to keep everyone going through the month. Communication is just key. I'll be honest, not everybody was going into the Facebook group every day, but I was always there because I was the leader, I was the captain. And if nobody went MIA, so I didn't really worry about that. The Beachbody Champions group will be open. Everyone can join in that, or if you want to just be as a captain, because I sometimes find that group overwhelming, you can just relay messages that you find that your team will find the value from. I asked everybody to check in when they had daily progress, and we did a weekly Zoom call. That was a really important thing. I'd say that was one of our top, that's a top thing I would say to do. I posted motivation and inspiration, including videos, and I encouraged the girls to do that too. But we also kept it light and fun, and we did have consistent themes in our group. We had a hashtag that we used for everything when we were celebrating stuff, and also Proverbs 27:17, which was iron sharpens iron. We started with that at the beginning, that we were all going to help, we were here to help each other grow and get better. So that was an ongoing theme throughout our group. We got creative. We hosted an exclusive challenge group and sneak peek. So we added an extra one, and we all did it together, even though we weren't on the same teams or, we weren't. So we did it, and we voted on a theme. We all contributed, and then we voted. And we ended up doing a real world sneak peek, and we call it it's about to go down and get real. And we got such great feedback from that, because we talked about everybody's the raw and real person, how anybody can be a coach, and then what our hesitations were. We made videos. It was one of the best sneak peeks I've ever had. But we did something that stood out because everyone was doing 5-day sneak peeks. So we did the real world. It was all of us against the brick wall. It was really cool. And it ended up being a really big hit. So just step out of your comfort zone, essentially, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And share what works. Don't be, obviously if you and your team, if you guys want to win or you want to do the best, you don't want to be a reservoir, you want to be a river. So here's a simple example. One of our teammates, she brought a box to a bridal shower with a bunch of gifts in it, and it was a Beachbody box. And she ended up selling like 3 challenge packs off of that. And it was just so funny because she came and she told us, she's like, guys, if you're like going to anything, just bring your Beachbody boxes, you know? And if you get a great post that gets a lot of traction, share that with your team, because you never know. Like, that's just part of, I think that's really important. And recognition is another thing I'm really big on. You celebrate the small and the big successes. One of the coach that advanced to Emerald, actually, she was really nervous because she felt like she was all these seasoned coaches. But so like when she sold her first challenge pack, like I celebrated that. I was like, you go girl, like this is awesome. And you know, and I also sent private messages to my team members to lift them up if I felt like they were maybe feeling a little intimidated or down, or who may have been a little bit behind. And I was always complimenting them and just seeing how things work. And to be honest with you, the coach that started with us, she felt a little bit behind, and we ended up, I had a conversation with her, and I was like, girl, I would never have, if I didn't think you could do this, I never would have asked you to be on this team. And I know you can do this. And we had this conversation exchange. And I will tell you, she ended up with 33 SC points at the end of the month. So, I mean, it just goes, like in our ranking, she ended up being like the 3rd highest. So it just goes to show what a little belief in the people on your team can do. And I'd say my top tip would be vulnerable and step out of your comfort zone. Definitely do something different. And one thing I always emphasized to everybody on my team was treat every week as if it's your last week. That's how the mindset was. I was like, so what are we going to do to make sure, like, what are we doing in these last 2 days of the week to stretch it? Like, we treated every week as our last week. And I just found that to be really effective to keep the motivation up and the momentum going.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you, Megan. I want to share just a couple takeaways I got from that. Starting from the top, of course, building a team, if you haven't yet, even if you've already are on a team that's registered, you can still set those expectations, right? You can still let them know that, hey, this is going to take a little bit more time. You know, this is important to have support from everybody around you. You know, we're going to get crazy. I might be crazy, but it's because I love you and I believe in you. And I know that we can do anything that we put our minds to, you know, set those expectations. Maybe the expectation is we need to each hit Success Club 35. We need to each rank advance, you know, find those expectations that are going to work for you and your team and set those now, especially if you're building a team right now or if you already have one. So I got that loud and clear expectations, which I love. So preparing. So like you said, prepare now. Set those goals. Go around to each of them. Figure out their whys again. Talk about that. Get that motivation going again. And then set the goals. What do they want to do? Do they want to do Success Club 35? Okay, now let's reverse engineer that. How is that going to happen? Do they want to do Success Club 50? Even better. You know, how is that going to happen? Let's talk about the activities. Let's talk about the time frame. Let's talk about by the end of the first week, this is where you need to be, you know, and have those conversations. And like you said, words of affirmation, you know, tell yourself, believe in yourself, put Post-it notes everywhere, put it on the screen of your phone. Every time you open up, I am the #1 team in Team Cup, right? Put those things so you can see them every single day so that you're constantly reminding yourself that like, I can do this. This is going to happen. And then, of course, the contact list is huge. Start now. Start building 200. I love that number right there. And start inviting, start reaching out, finding those new contacts today. And then lastly, your engagement. You know, communication is key and keeping it fun. You found some ways to put some fun in there, Megan, which I think really kept people engaged and coming back to the group and talking and, you know, sharing ideas of, I'm going to a wedding this weekend. I should bring a Beachbody box with me, you know, because I don't know why I would bring one, but I will find a way to bring a Beachbody box to the wedding that I'm going to this weekend because I'm sure it will work. I'm sure it will catch somebody's eye and be like, tell me more about that, right? So if you guys are going anywhere or if you come up with ideas like that, share that with your team. I think that's huge. Weekly check-ins, weekly Zoom calls, those kind of things, recognition, all of this really equates to building that fun culture that people want to be a part of while you guys are going towards one vision and setting that vision of what you guys want to be. So that's my takeaways. I appreciate it. I'm going to actually open it up. Does anybody have any questions for Megan right now? Let me cancel this, and then if you do, just unmute yourself. I'll give it like a second. Okay, that's all right. Okay, well, thank you, Megan. We really appreciate
You're welcome.
you. I know that you gave a ton of great advice and tips and pointers that I'm sure they're going to run and use. So
Well,
thank you.
I hope I was able to help somebody. So
Absolutely. All right, so our next coach is Miss Amy Provenzano. I'm going to spotlight you, beautiful. There you are. Here you are. Hey, Amy, how are you? Look at
Good.
that. Isn't that your daughter's room?
Yes, we just moved and my office has no carpet, so it echoes like crazy. So I would be like on a phone. I didn't want that.
I
So
love it. I love it. Welcome. Amy was actually on the number 3 team on the rise, kicking butt, taking names. So before we get into the 3 categories, Amy, why do you choose to be on a team cup?
oh my gosh, why not? Like he said, everybody's doing it, right? But honestly, you have to be on a team because if you're a leader in this company, and even if you're not, even if you're a new coach, get out there and start a team because it's going to build momentum. You're going to, have people rank advance. You're going to instill belief in your team. And, that's my goal personally, is just to excel at, my leadership skills. Every time Team Cup rolls around, I want to get better and better.
Awesome. And then why do you urge your personally sponsored coaches to get on a team?
I urge everyone, not just my personally sponsored, but I get on my team page and I make a post and I make sure that everyone's on a team, whether they're mixing all together, PS, non-PS. I just tell them that it's going to increase your success flow points. It's going to help you feel accountable. It's going to increase your volume, and you're just going to see a giant jump in your business that month. And then it's going to propel you to go, do that every month, not just Team Cup months.
Awesome. Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. And now I'm just going to turn the floor over to you so you can spread your wisdom across the nation.
All right. Just so you guys know, hopefully there's lots of coaches on this call that get very nervous on these kind of calls. And I do, and I've told this to Alex all the time, but you are constantly supposed to get out of your comfort zone, and that's going to help you guys grow. So, even in your challenge groups and in your Team Cup groups, I encourage you guys to get out there and create videos, even if it's just, hey guys, how's it going? Sharing what you did that day, and, maybe even share your downfalls with your group. We're all human. So, but we constantly have to get out of that comfort zone to grow. So that's why I'm here, nervous and all, but we all have that. And I just want everyone to know that we can all do this. So, all right. So strategies to build a top 10 team. And I do have to tell you guys too, that we actually hit the top 2, maybe a few years ago. But we hit second, and we were on, listening to the national call on our Zoom call with my team. We thought we had those Canadians. I swear we thought we were going to be like screaming and yelling. And to hear we got, not that 2's bad, but we did win a Shakeology Blender, and that was really cool. So, but anyway, so how to build a top 10 team. I honestly go into these things thinking, I just want to help coaches further themselves and to reach the highest goals that they can. I don't always go into it, okay, we're going to be a top 10 team, because sometimes that scares your newer coaches. So just go in there and give them confidence that, we're going to reach your goal and possibly even blow past that goal. What I do is I look for those coaches who have drive and passion. They show up every day on your team page. They're posting to your group. They're giving motivation to your group. And then I also look in my Coach Online office and I see who's getting at least 1 Success Club point, because you want to make sure that, they're at least engaged in the business. And if they have at least 1 point, then they're engaged, they're helping people. So you want to make sure that you check your Coach Online office and see what's going on and how your coaches are doing. And then I also love to help new coaches get started. because I think in this business, new coaches get scared to even approach a team, or ask to be on a team. So I really approach my new coaches who look like they're super pumped and they're ready to go. I can tell they're ready to go when they got their Getting Started Right call done and they're on top of sending out invites already. So I approach new coaches. I had a lot of new coaches on my team that placed third. We did not think we were going to hit top 10. We just pushed each other every single day. And once we hit a goal, then we just stepped up the game and hit another goal. And these new coaches were just floored that they got in the top 3. So I think it's important to make sure that you're including your new coaches. And then also, like Megan said, you want to look for those who are really wanting to rank advance. I think that's important because sometimes coaches feel stuck when they're like, okay, I'm at Emerald, it's taking me forever to get to Diamond. All they need is that accountability of the team cup and they could just, go. Okay, so that's what I have for building a top 10 team. How to prepare once you have your team. Okay, so obviously you guys all know you want to set up a Facebook group. As we do with our challenge groups, you want to make sure that you have a space for your coaches to chat, to check in. And then first thing, just like Megan said, you want to set goals. And I don't want to be repetitive because Megan said some awesome stuff. So I'll try to just share what she didn't say. But, setting goals is important. I also tell them to make sure they have it in writing. I feel like, even if they're posting it to their group, I always tell my coaches, if you have your goals right next to you, you'll make sure that you're doing those activities that you need to do to reach those goals every single day. Okay, so I also stress that Success Club points aren't just a number. And a lot of coaches go in there and they don't understand, what this number means. And to me, I always talk about lives, lives changing. I don't just say, okay, let's say Success Club 5, Success Club 10. I put it in numbers of lives. Okay, so I had a coach, she wasn't Diamond yet. She's since reached Diamond, but she set a goal of SC 30 or 40, and she reached Success Club 99. Okay, so obviously she was floored, but I thought about it and I told her every time she sold more and more, I put it in lives. You chained 48 lives when you sold, Success Club 99, that's 48 lives. So that is impressive. And when you put it in the number of lives, it just inspires your coaches even more. So I try to kind of get the number out there and just more talk about lives. Okay, and then you also want to share what you're doing. As a leader in your group, you want to share what's working. You want to share what's not working. I share videos. I come on my group and I tell them what I'm doing every single day. I will come to them every morning and just say, this is what I'm going to do today. What are you guys doing? They'll post in the comment section. And I'll also share what hasn't worked. I'll share my scripts. Okay, so if I have a certain script where I'm inviting to a challenge group that's working for me, I share that script with my coaches. I share something that bombed. If I had a post that completely fell off, I'm like, don't use this one. Okay, I'm real, I'm out there. And I want them to know exactly what's working and what's not working. So we bounce ideas off each other constantly. And this is all before we even start our group. And then I also tell them, that I sometimes offer gift cards and incentives for people who purchase maybe the first couple challenge packs. This gets them out there. And if they offer the incentive, whether it's a gift card or, something small like Energize or whatever, they're offering that incentive and it's kind of peeling away that pressure for that first few challenge pack sales. So that helps them a lot too. And then always share that Success Club prize picture in your group because that is going to push them prizes. They have their eye on the prize and ask them, what are you pushing for? What prize do you want the most? Set your goal as a team as to what prize you want. If you want that trip, great. If you want that blender, awesome. But find out what you guys want together and get excited about it. So I also share with them my notebook method, and I'll see if you guys can see this, but I have a system. I just did a little example here, but I have a whole notebook full of this. But I share, the person's name that you're reaching out to, the date that you reach out to them, and then whether or not they ordered or not. So if they did not order, they get a highlight. Okay, so I'll highlight their name. So if they didn't order, obviously, follow-up is huge. You got to make sure that you go back in and you follow up with them. Okay, so that helps them a lot. They love my notebook method and helps them keep track every day because you don't want to lose those people that you're talking to every single day. Sorry, I took notes too. I'm a note taker, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, just so you know I'm looking down all the time. Okay, so Also, I always tell them following up is key. Reaching out to people from a long time ago. From, go through your messages or go through whatever system you have for following up with your contacts. And, if you don't have a system, which I highly encourage you having some kind of system that works for you, whether it's on the computer or whether it's a simple notebook like I do, you've got to have that list. And if you don't, and I encourage my coaches always to find a system that works for them, but, scroll your Facebook messages, go down from I encourage them to go down 6-8 months ago, whoever they talk to, reach out to them again, just strike up a conversation, not really just saying, hey, want to join my group, but connecting with them again, seeing how they're doing, starting up that conversation. Okay. All right. So you also have to make sure that they're committing time to the business. So, Teen Cup obviously takes more time. It's summertime. We kind of all have things going on. If we have kids, we have things going on all over the place. I'm super busy right now with the move we just had. But I always make sure that they have a certain time of day, even if it's just an hour, to commit to the vital behaviors, to commit to the inviting and the following up. So we all commit to having a certain time of the day, and we all write it on our group page, what time of the day we're going to be working our business. And then I also let them know that it takes sacrifice. This is Teen Cup month. It takes sacrifice. I will wake up before my kids get up, and I will get up a couple hours early, and I will make sure that I'm getting first and foremost my invites and my follow-ups done before I do anything else, connecting in my challenge groups, before I connect with my coaches and on my team page. My invites and my follow-ups are done first thing in the morning. Okay, that way you don't have to worry at the end of the day and think, okay, I didn't do my follow-ups, I got to do that. Okay, so you've got to make sure that you're doing that first thing in the morning. Okay, so also, Teen Cup can get stressful. You might be stressed out that you're not reaching a certain goal. I always encourage your coaches that it's okay if you're not reaching your goals, and it's okay if you're not going as fast as this coach or as fast as that coach. Make sure that they also commit a time to themselves, that they have to just breathe, go read a book, go walk, relax. Encourage your coaches to find the time for themselves, because we don't want to just be at our computer or Facebook or on your phone all day long. Okay, so that's what I do in preparation. Megan also talked about sharing your why. I have everyone on a Zoom call share their why together, because I feel like we create this connection as a team. And when you see your coaches face to face and you're sharing your story and your why with them, it creates this bond that really can't be broken. I feel like that is the most important step, to share your story and your why with the people on your team. Because you may not know everyone on your team. You may not know their story, how they started, what their goals are. So we always take that call before we even start the Teen Cup. We do a Zoom call before we even get started. So those are my preparation. The last part is, you want to keep everyone engaged through the entire month. And there's a lot of things that I do, and I'm just going to kind of list the things that I do to keep everyone motivated. Accountability is huge to me. Accountability is huge in my challenge groups. Accountability is huge in my Teen Cup groups. I make my coaches submit things every single day to the group. I make them submit the number of invites that they shared, the number of follow-ups that they did that day, share their number of coach invites. Okay, because you don't just want people inviting to the challenge groups. You want them to get out of their comfort zone and invite to the coaching opportunity. And I always share my script for inviting coaches, because I feel like that's the biggest thing that coaches are scared of, is inviting coaches. It's just scary. It was to me. It's scary to everyone. So I try to make them feel more comfortable and tell them how I invite to coaching. We also have the 5-day glimpse into coaching. So I tell them if they have someone interested in coaching, get them in the group, and it's a place where I share a video each day about what coaches do and what we don't do. So it really helps people feel more comfortable. I also have them post their workout and their personal development every day in the group, because, along with all the numbers and things like that, you have to make sure that you're working out. You have to make sure that you're getting your personal development in, and, your nutrition and Shakeology. So it's fun. We make it fun. They post silly workout pictures every day and drinking our Shakeology and things like that. So kind of like a normal challenge group, you were sharing those fun things too. And then they also have to post how many points they had that day. Okay, so even if it's 0, they post their 0. Everything's positive. Everyone's pushing each other. We don't, care how many points you got that day, but we all have to post our points. And all of our points are in our files section in our group, where we post every day how many points we have. Okay, Zoom calls each week, just like Megan said, those are huge. You guys have to do these Zoom calls, because the face-to-face thing, there's nothing that is better than that. It's going to create a connection. And I just always form such huge friendships with the coaches that are on my team. we always come out of this a lot stronger. So that's awesome. And I also hook up accountability partners. Okay, so it's really cool to just, obviously you're the leader of the group, so you're not going to have a partner, but see who's, gelling the best and hook them up together. They're going to check in with each other. They're going to exchange their numbers. They can text each other during the day. My groups love this. I do it in my challenge groups too, but in my team cup groups, they love it too. So it's a way to kind of stay accountable to one person. Also, make sure you're doing group chats. It doesn't have to be every day, but use that chat on your computer and start a group chat. Get everyone chatting and saying, how's it going? Anyone have any questions? Just keep the conversation going. And then I always share what I'm doing. Just like I said before, I jump in the group every day. Little video. It could be like 1 minute long, just sharing like what I did today, how many people I invited, encouraging them, with certain things I may have done wrong or certain things that didn't go my way. They know I'm real and they know I'm going to share the struggles and the good things. All right. So I also tell them that it's okay to hear no. A lot of coaches struggle and, they don't want to hear the word no, but I always encourage them that no just means not right now. Okay. So make sure that you are being positive all the time and telling them that, the more no's you hear, the more yeses you're going to hear down the line as you follow up with these people. So just keep building them up and remaining positive, and then make it fun. Okay. So I do these little incentives and challenges in my group where each member of my team has to give $5 to the first person to reach Success Club 10. Okay. So this is just something that everyone loves this because it just keeps them going. They're racing to get Success Club 10 to be the first one to get that money. So that's a great thing. And then when everyone reaches Success Club 10, we do this big group, a group Zoom chat, and we may have a glass of wine just to kind of relax. We're all kind of busy this month doing the team cup. So it's a great time to sit back and just chat. Don't make it about business. Just drink some wine and chat. Just a little, not a lot. I'm on my 21-day fix, so we can't have a lot. All right. So also share your coach's success on your team page. Okay. So let's say someone reached their Success Club 5 or even their first challenge pack. Shout it out on your team page so the entire team is seeing your success and what all your coaches are doing. See if I got anything. All right. Okay, so also, sharing your tips via video, will help you grow as a leader. So get out of your comfort zone, share on video, just keep growing as a leader, because that's a huge part of being a leader on this team and creating a team that will believe in you. So also, just remain positive and step up and be the leader and have fun. Just make this fun. Don't make it the stressful thing that sometimes it feels like. Just have a good time and you guys will do great.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Amy.
You're welcome.
Kind of my takeaways from what you said, starting with building a top 10 team, the key one is to go in wanting to help them, right? Wanting to help your coaches grow and advance and get better, be better than they were last month, right? And if you keep that front and center, all of this will fall into line, because if you wanted to continue to help them grow, set the goal, Success Club 10. Okay, you hit it. Now let's set 25. Okay, now 50. And pushing and being there through the whole entire month of August. And then throughout, the other ones, shows engagement, which I love. Are they posting? Are they involved? Are they doing those things? Do they have at least one Success Club point? And are they wanting to rank again? So I love those tips on building top 10 team. Preparing. Facebook group, of course. I know a lot of stuff goes on in that Facebook group. That's where you can communicate. That's where, you are able to check back in, post if you've done the invites, the follow-ups, the workouts, personal development. All those things happen on that group, which is vital. Set your goals. I love that you set those business hours on that page. Have everybody let you know when they're working that day. So that way you also know when you can check in with them. So that's good to have on there. And then again, in terms of helping them reach their goals, of course, one of those goals I'm sure is helping others and changing lives, like our mission, right? And to turn those Success Club points into lives changed is huge. I know just kind of turning the verbal, just that one word switch from Success Club to Lives Change can do wonders. So little things like that, I love it. And your notebook method, thank you for showing that to us. It's super simple, but it helps, right? And that's what we need during the month of August, is something that's super helpful and that's something that's super simple. So take that if you need to. And then the motivation and engaged. Of course, accountability is key. Everybody actually craves accountability, believe it or not. They want it, so give it to them. And the accountability partner, I love it. It's like a success partner in the Team Cup. It's huge. For
They
them.
oftentimes they do become success partners.
Yes, I love that. I love that Zoom weekly calls, group chats, and then bringing the fun. Kirsten and I both laughed when you said, little things like $5 to the first person in Success Club 10. That's fun, I'm like, heck, I'm getting those $5.
Not a lot of money, but it's
Yeah.
something fun.
But like, you guys are all paying me $5, so you better be ready. Like, it kind of gives that fun competition within the group. So I love it. I love all these ideas and best practices. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Amy.
I'm not sure if he shared this statistic, but I saw this on a page, but it said coaches who were part of a Team Cup earned 14 times more Success Club points than coaches who didn't. So that's huge. 14 times more Success Club points.
That's
awesome.
insane. And just imagine if your personally sponsored coaches are on Team Cups. Can you imagine what that's going to do to your business if they're earning 14 times more points? That's
Right. Huge.
insane. Well, thanks again for sharing. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's been awesome. Pearson's going to give us a little call to action, and then we're going to wrap this thing up.
Well, yeah, and first, thanks again, Megan, Amy. Thanks for stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking time out of your life to help all of us. We really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys have taken notes and you have planned to implement some of these things into your business. And hopefully you'll share it with your team. We will post this video on our region page, so feel free to share it with your team so they can get this good information. We want all of you guys to be successful in this Team Cup. And I do want to share a stat with you. I'm sure you guys are wondering how many Success Club points the top team had last February.
You guys want to know? You want to know?
Oh my gosh, nobody
You
wants
wanna
to know?
You kind of want to know what to go for, right? Like a little gauge.
Yeah.
Okay, so the number was 402. And if you, 402. If you break that down, that's about, what was the number?
80 per member, 80 per team member.
Can we have somebody in this group commit to being the top team? Oh my gosh, there are hands up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so our call to action would be first, number one, make sure you guys go sign up your team. And I don't know if you've been to our region page, but at the top of our region page on the cover photo, we have a little tracker. We have a region goal. We want to have 1,500 coaches in the Northeast, or 1,500 teams in the Northeast region. So let's make that happen. Right now we're at 357, I think. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be above 500. So go register your own team. Next, set a goal on how many of your personally sponsored coaches you're going to have on a Team Cup team. If you have diamonds on your team, every one of your diamonds should be on a team. But then also set a goal of how many coaches you want on a Team Cup team. And then the last thing, guys, start preparing right now. Don't wait till August 1st. Get things in order. Get your team ready. Get fired up. Start reaching out to people. Start having conversations. Get started now. And we're excited to have a top team in the Northeast region. Let's beat those Canadians. Hey, guys. Thank you. Thanks for taking time out of your day.
Yes, go to Super Saturday, okay? Enjoy it. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.